May we similarly protect the devotees of Bangladesh from all danger. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari 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 Krishna Balaram Shri Radha Jaya Krishna Balaram Shri Radha Krishna Balaram Shri Radha Jaya Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we're reading tonight from the Bhagavad-Gita as it is, chapter 12, verse 8. Verse 8, and we'll touch on 9, 10, 11, and 12 because they all go together. Put this up so we can chant together. This is verse 8 here. Maeva mana adatsva, Mai buddhing niveshaya, Nivasisha Shimayeva, Atta urdvam nasamshayaha, Maeva mana adatsva, Mai buddhing niveshaya, Nivasisha Simayeva, Atta urdvam nasamshayaha, Maeva manadatsva, Mai buddhing niveshaya, Nivasisha Shimayeva, Atta urdvam nasamshayaha. Anyone else like to chant?
Mayeva mana adhasva,
Maeva mana adatsva,
Mai buddhing niveshaya,
Mai buddhing niveshaya,
Nivasishyasi Mayeva,
Nivasisha Shimayeva,
Ata urdhavang na sansaya,
Atta urdvam nasamshayaha.
Navi eva nama adhyasva,
Maeva mana adatsva,
Mayi buddhi nivesaya,
Mai buddhing niveshaya,
Nivesaya simaya eva,
Nivasisya Shimayeva,
Takudavamna mashaya,
Atta urdvam nasamshayaha.
Maeva mana atsva,
Maeva mana adatsva,
Mai buddhi nivesaya,
Mai buddhing niveshaya,
Vasya simaeva,
Nivasisha Shimayeva,
Taupam na samsayaha,
Atta urdvam nasamshayaha. Okay, word for word synonyms. Oops, sorry. Mai
Mai
upon me.
upon me.
Eva.
Eva.
Certainly.
Certainly.
Manaha.
Manaha.
Mind.
Mind.
Adatsva.
Adasva.
Fix.
Fix.
Mai
Mai
upon me.
upon me.
Buddhim.
Buddhi.
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Niveshaya.
Niveshaya.
Apply. Shashi.
Nivasishyasi.
You will live.
You will live.
Mai
Mai
in me.
in me.
Eva.
Eva.
Certainly.
Certainly.
Atta urdhvam.
Atavadhamam.
Thereafter.
Thereafter.
Na. Never.
Never.
Samshayaha.
Samshayaha.
Doubt.
Doubt.
Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always without a doubt. Repeat. Just fix your mind upon me,
Just fix your mind upon me,
the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
The Supreme Personality of Godhead.
and engage all your intelligence in me.
And engage all your intelligence in me.
Thus you will live in me always
Thus you will live in me always.
without a doubt.
without a doubt.
Srila Prabhupada's purport. One who is engaged in Lord Krishna's devotional service lives in a direct relationship with the Supreme Lord. So there is no doubt that his position is transcendental from the very beginning. A devotee does not live on the material plane. He lives in Krishna. The holy name of the Lord and the Lord are not different. Therefore, when a devotee chants Hare Krishna, Krishna and his internal potency are dancing on the tongue of the devotee. When he offers Krishna food, Krishna directly accepts these eatables, and the devotee becomes Krishna-ized by eating the remnants. One who does not engage in such service cannot understand how this is so, although this is a process recommended in the Bhagavad-Gita and in other Vedic literatures. And I'll just read the translations for the next few verses because there is a sequence here. And we can see how our Lord Krishna gives all opportunity. So if we cannot do this, then we do this. We can't do this, we do this. So here's the next option. My dear Arjuna, a winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, develop a desire to attain me. If you cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then try to work for me, because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act, giving up all the results of your work, and try to be self-situated. If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So, Lord Krishna is very kind to us. What he really wants is that we fully surrender 100%, always thinking of him, never thinking about anything outside of his devotional service. That's what he'd like. But of course, that means being a completely pure devotee, completely 100% surrendered to Krishna. So we're not there. We're not there. At least I'm not there. But so therefore, but then it says that if you cannot do that, if you're not already perfect, then what do? You follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga,
4.
yeah, well, there are more actually. The regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. So there are do's and there are do-nots. So the big do-nots are of course, those 4 regulative principles: no eating meat, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling. And there are many do's. We chant the Hare Krishna mantra. We worship the deity of Krishna. We accept the spiritual, take initiation and serve the spiritual master with faith and devotion. The deities also means we're serving with faith and devotion. We see how we can, we have festivals for Krishna. We see how we can participate in those festivals and making nice festivals for Krishna's pleasure. These are all regulations of Bhakti Yoga. In fact, there are, in Nectar of Devotion, there are 64 different kind of devotional activities like that. So there are many things that we can do to practice Krishna consciousness so that we can come to the point that the first verse is describing, of always fixing our mind and our intelligence and our activities, of course, in the service of the Lord. And then, if we cannot, but maybe there's some circumstance that we cannot directly do that. Maybe we have some situation in life, maybe it's a family situation. The family is not favorable to our practicing Krishna consciousness, so it makes it complicated. Something like some other circumstance. So if there's such circumstances, then you think, how can I do something for Krishna? I cannot practice. I cannot, chant Hare Krishna regularly. I cannot. Maybe I cannot even follow the avoid eating meat and things because of some situation in my life. So so if you cannot do those things, then you can do some work for Krishna. Maybe you're say you have plumbing skills. You have skills of the plumber. So you can go to the temple and fix a plumbing, or electrical skills, or any kind of ability that one has, accounting skills, anything. So many things can be used in Krishna service. So if we cannot practice Krishna consciousness fully, then we do something that we were doing, and we do that for Krishna, or we earn some money doing our work, our occupation, and give some money for Krishna, like that. So in that way, we get gradually purified, and because of that devotional service, then we come to a point gradually where we can engage more directly in Krishna service. And then, if we cannot even directly work for Krishna, we cannot share. Then the next recommendation is, okay, you cannot do it for Krishna. Maybe some complication in our life. So at least do something good where you're doing some good work for someone. You're opening or supporting some, say, a hospital or orphanage, or many things that can be done that are good for people. It may not be directly a Krishna conscious activity, but it is something that you're doing where you're giving up some of the fruits of your work, or you're making some endeavor. You're giving. You're in the mood of giving, not just taking for myself. I'm giving for others. It's not directly devotional service, but it will help to develop the consciousness that will be a renunciation that will be favorable for devotional service. Uh, and 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 then in that same line, just like someone might be a big, what do you say, big nationalist. I love my country. I'm going to go to war. I'm going to go to war. But I'm going to defend. I'm going to do something on my. I'm going to do something for my, for the. I'm going to do something. I'm going to dedicate my life to some welfare for others. I'm going to give everything. So by doing these things, they're not directly Krishna conscious activities, but it's a form of renunciation, a form of sacrifice, some sort of giving something. And all these activities will gradually help one to step by step coming closer and closer to the path of devotional service. And of course, we say, well, that's a lot of things that happen during my life. Yes, well, that's true, because first understanding, right, a very important understanding of Krishna consciousness is that we are eternal, spirit souls. We're spirit souls, so we are eternal. The body is temporary. So our progress on the path of Krishna consciousness is gradual. It's gradual over lifetimes, maybe many lifetimes. We don't know how many lifetimes. We don't know how many lifetimes we have practiced Krishna consciousness or done something progressing on the path. We don't know, but it's gradual. But whatever the point is, that whatever we have done, which is favorable for becoming Krishna conscious, whatever we have done will gradually give the fruits of us becoming fully Krishna conscious. Of course, anyone who's sitting here listening to the class has probably practiced some Krishna consciousness for some period of time. So we're well on the way. We're well on the way. And so we should take advantage of our position, our advancement that we have made up to this point, and don't go backwards. Don't go backwards. The idea is to always progress. Don't. What's the word? Degress. Don't go backwards. Don't give up what progress you have made. So everyone here pretty much knows the importance of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It's a great activity that, although we may not understand why, but with chanting this Hare Krishna mantra will help us to become fully Krishna conscious, and hearing the philosophy and actually developing the desire to hear about Krishna is a very big step in our making a good spiritual advancement. Srila Prabhupada encouraged that we every morning and every evening that we should have classes, or maybe if not classes, maybe you don't have a class if you're in your home, but somehow or other regularly hear, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad-Gita, the other books that we have also, the Nectar Devotion, and so many books that Srila Prabhupada gave us. He encouraged that every day we hear these activities, these books. We hear them or read them. Reading and hearing is the same thing. It's the same principle. But if we can develop if we regularly hear, then we will gradually come to the point of developing an eagerness to hear. Not just that we do it. Okay, this is my duty. I must read this many books or this many pages every day. This is the rule. Okay, it may start there, but the idea is that if we do that, then gradually we will develop a great eagerness. Eagerness means an enthusiasm. Like I can't wait until tomorrow for the Srimad Bhagavatam class. I want to hear the class, or I can't wait till tomorrow so I can, my time for my personal time that I can read. But I'm looking forward to that reading. I want to hear about Krishna. I want to understand Krishna. I want to understand, see how I can what I can do to become more and more Krishna conscious. That eagerness. So we have nectar of instruction. Nectar of instruction. There's a verse starts with Utsaha Nischaya Daryat Karma Pravardhanat. These are three of the favorable activities for becoming Krishna conscious. Utsaha means enthusiasm. Utsaha Nischaya Daryat. Enthusiasm, confidence, and patience. So we have to become enthusiastic. We have to become enthusiastic if you want to do anything, if you want to succeed in anything, even material things. If you say you're doing a business or some projects or some dream you have in life, if you want to do that, then you have to. If you want to succeed, you have to be enthusiastic. You can't just sit back and, okay, when's the success going to come? When's my business going to grow? When's my project going to, everything's going to fructify the way I want? No, you've got to be very enthusiastic, making that. And in terms of Krishna conscious activities, Srila Prabhupada says that enthusiasm means making some endeavor using your intelligence in Krishna consciousness. So this is the special enthusiasm that we were referring to here. So we do something, but we don't want to be enthusiastic like a monkey. Monkeys are very enthusiastic, jumping from one tree to another, looking for another she monkey, like that, engaging in the material activities. That's also enthusiasm. But for the wrong purpose. So we don't want to be that kind of enthusiastic. We want to be enthusiastic to see how I can make some endeavor so that I can become Krishna conscious and so that I can help others become Krishna conscious. This is enthusiasm. This is favorable. Utsaha nischayad dairat means, okay, we're being very enthusiastic, but no matter how enthusiastic we are, we will not. It's not like I'm very enthusiastic today, so tomorrow I'll be fully Krishna conscious. This doesn't happen that way. So we have to be patient. So we have to be enthusiastic, but we have to continue to be enthusiastic. It takes time to become fully Krishna conscious. So enthusiasm. We have to be patient, and we have to have confidence. If we don't have confidence in the process, that by my practicing this way of life, I will in time become Krishna conscious. If we don't even believe in the process, then of course, we won't follow it. Nobody's going to work very hard and stay steady and work and endeavor to become Krishna conscious if they just think this is just words, it doesn't mean anything. So we have to have that confidence. So enthusiasm, confidence, and patience. And of course we have to, another of the qualities is associate with devotees, avoiding the association of those who are not favorable to Krishna consciousness, like that. So these are those who are on the path of Krishna consciousness. This is what we have to watch out for, to help us become fully Krishna conscious. We need to be enthusiastic, confident, and patient, and continue. And the actual there's a very nice verse in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, spoken by Lord Brahma after he realized his mistake of stealing Krishna's cowherd boy friends and the cows. If you know the pastime, he realized he made a big mistake, so he comes back and he's offering so many nice prayers to Krishna. And one of those prayers is glorifying Krishna, saying that if a devotee throughout his life tolerates the difficulties, because we all have difficulties in life, who tolerates the difficulties he may experience, but he keeps on chanting Hare Krishna, he keeps on following the process of Krishna consciousness, even when things become very difficult, he never gives that up. And he understands that the difficulties that he is having in life is not due to his karma, it's not due to somebody else, it's due to something Krishna is giving us personally to help us to overcome the mentality that caused us to get entangled in the material world in the first place. Especially when we get initiated, at the time of the first initiation, the spiritual master, by his mercy, all of our actual karma is gone. So we may think that, okay, I got initiated and I have no karma by this process, but why am I suffering? I'm still getting anxiety. Somebody still is agitating my mind, in so many ways we were thinking I'm suffering. So if I'm not suffering because of karma, why am I suffering? We're suffering because Krishna is very kind to us, and he is rather than being controlled by karma, we are being controlled, or our life is being arranged by Krishna personally, who is making different arrangements for us to help us to become free from the mentality, the bad mentality that we still have. The karma is gone, but the mentality that caused it is still there. So he's helping us to become free from that bad mentality, so that we can become Krishna conscious. And that goes on for as long as it takes us to become fully Krishna conscious. Krishna will keep helping us in that way. We may not appreciate the help sometimes, but we should at least philosophically understand why I'm going through what I'm going. And if one can stay practicing Krishna consciousness, which for us means we chant our rounds, we follow the regular principles, we keep our faith in Krishna, keep Krishna in the center, then if we can continue that until the end of our lives, then at the end of our life, we become, as this verse says, the Sanskrit word is used as Daya Bhak. Daya Bhak. Daya Bhak means like to become the rightful heir. The rightful heir. Just like if someone is we have inheritance. So just like father has money, property, and then it goes to the son, or goes to whoever he wrote the will for, but it goes to someone, and there's no real qualification to be the recipient of those benefits, except that if you were supposed to get them, except that you still have to be alive. If you die, then you don't get it. So the same way, we have to remain spiritually alive. And spiritually alive means that we keep chanting our rounds, we keep following the Four Regular Principles, we keep on the path of Krishna consciousness and have that faith like that. This is what we do. And if we can do that until the end, and Srila Prabhupada says, if you do that, then in the end you become the rightful heir of the spiritual world. In other words, you go back to the spiritual world. This is the process. I should try not stop speaking here, see if are there any questions. And if there are any questions, maybe you can speak into the microphone for the benefit of those who might be watching this online.
Reese.
Yeah.
Yes.
speak on this
What
question.
either one? Yeah.
My question is, as human beings like we are, supposedly we are made according to God's image. God is a person, Christian, right? But then, how can we, with this mind that is so limited, our conscience is limited, our reasoning, our logics are limited. How can we understand the nature of the Creator whose original nature is a person? Considering that the universe, now they're talking about multi-universe, it's a tremendous, uncalculable manifestation of the Lord. How is it that He, in His spiritual planet, can create all these things and still remain in His planet as a person, as Krishna, like we see here? I mean, that's the
Well,
question.
I mean, in reality, we will never be able to fully understand God because He's unlimited and we are very small. But we can understand logically. We just say Krishna is unlimited, and Krishna is God, so He's unlimited, and we are little called jiva souls. We are very, very small. But if we surrender to Krishna, if we want to give our life to Krishna, if we accept this knowledge as it is, then when we can at least say, okay, I understand because I'm taking perfect knowledge from the perfect source. It's called, the Sanskrit word is Shastra Chakshus. Shastra Chakshus means, Shastra means like the scripture, and Chakshus means seeing, eyes.
It's a descending knowledge.
Descending, yes. So if we try with our limited senses and our limited intelligence and our tendency to make mistakes and cheat and all the things that come with us in our impure state, if we try to figure things out, you can't do it. You can't do it. But if we have faith in the scriptures, Bhagavad-Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and we just accept, here's what it says here, this is what God is like. This is what God does. This is how God created everything.
By revelation. Revelation means the testimony of those advanced spiritual masters that have already obtained such knowledge.
Yeah. We call this deductive. The deductive way of receiving knowledge means we're accepting perfect knowledge, and we're just accepting it. Now, someone may say, "Oh, I'm not going to accept anything unless I can understand it and figure it out myself." Well, you're not going to understand very much.
It's not going to work.
So we are encouraged to receive knowledge from the right source, from the acharyas who brought this knowledge down from Krishna. If we just take perfect knowledge and we receive it as it is, and we just accept it, then we get perfect knowledge. Even if we don't fully understand it, we'll get perfect knowledge. If we try to figure it out on our own, then we won't.
At least we get the full satisfaction of living a life, the actual life, in complete bliss and happiness, which is what is everybody looking for.
And ultimately we go back to the spiritual world, and nobody's really concerned about these things there. If you're serving Krishna, you're serving God in the regular reverential mood, like in the Vaikuntha planets. If you're serving Him there, then you know He's God, and you're just very happy serving Him in that way. You're very worshiping, understanding He's God. Or if you follow the path, as Lord Chaitanya gave the opportunity, and we go back to the spiritual world and serve Krishna in like a Goloka Vrindavan, we don't even really understand that Krishna is God. We don't even think about Him as God. We just think He's the most lovable person, the most lovable son, the most lovable friend, the most lovable lover, like that. we see Krishna like that, and we're fully, but we don't worry about trying to understand. Well, this God, how did He create everything? No, we're just totally happy with Him. So that's the goal. But of course, we have to purify ourselves first. So that's why we have philosophy to understand Krishna's actual position, so that we can have the confidence and the patience to go forward following the process until we become fully Krishna conscious. Once we become fully Krishna conscious, then we don't really care about those things because we're already with Krishna. The philosophy is there. It says the philosophy. It says, Srila said, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta also said that religion without philosophy is sentiment, and sometimes fanaticism.
And faith without action is vague.
Huh?
Faith without action is vague.
Well, okay, let's quote here. Philosophy without religion is speculation, mental speculation. That means a philosophy that if you have philosophy, but the conclusion of it is not to surrender to God, then there's a problem with your philosophy. And religion, where there's no philosophy or there's no philosophical understanding why I'm following that religion, then the religion becomes religion without philosophy. It becomes sentimental. You must follow this, you must follow that, but you don't understand why.
Exactly.
So what we have in Krishna consciousness, we have very strong philosophy. We have very strong philosophy supporting why we do what we do, and of course we have religion. So we have religion and we have philosophy, both, which is necessary.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes. Yeah. You have a question? Yeah. Maybe, or you can pull the microphone a little closer, but I can hear, but so that those who can.
So you were
watch
talking
outside.
about being initiated into the path, and then all of your karmas are nullified, right?
Yes.
So how do you know if the person is ready for being initiated, or if he should practice more and try more and then get initiated?
I understand.
How do you know if you are ready for being initiated?
Oh, okay. Well, at the time of when we were initiated, we're promising two things. There's an agreement, and we're promising that we're going to chant on the japa on our beads at least 16 rounds a day of the Hare Krishna mantra every day for our lifetime, rest of our life. And we also are promising that we are not going to engage in four sinful activities. All sinful activities are eating meat, intoxication, illicit sex, and gambling. Those four things we have to give those up if we're doing them. So and the promise is that for the rest of my life, from whatever point I start, I will not do those things, and I will chant Hare Krishna minimum 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna mantra. And of course, there's a lot more involvement, but that's what we have. So basically, for the way the process works, in a practical sense, if you're coming to the temple, you're feeling some desire, some enthusiasm to maybe one day I get initiated like that. So when you feel that you'd like to be initiated, you see, can I for the next. Can I actually? You don't wait until you're initiated to start chanting. You should wait for a year before that at least. You should be chanting those rounds, making sure that you know, and maybe those who are observing you can know that you're chanting, and that you're following, and you can follow the four regular principles. If you can't do it for that year, then you're not ready, like that. So that's how That's how you know. You know, someone might think, or someone might say, well, I don't know what's going to happen the rest of my life, right? Maybe I'll make a promise and then I can't do it. Well, you gotta, you know, make a you make a promise, but you know what your intention is. Someone else may not know, but you know. So when you know that you are able, if you know that the purpose of my life, the purpose I want my life to have is to become fully Krishna conscious. I want to progress in this way, and I know that I can maintain chanting 16 rounds, which only takes a couple of hours a day. I mean, it's a sacrifice, but it's a very nice sacrifice because chanting is very nice. And then I know that I can stay away from those 4 sinful activities, and you can test yourself by during that period, that time period before initiation. If you can do that, then you can aspire for and try to get initiated by someone. We have many initiating gurus within ISKCON, and you can. So the process is that if you're following all that, then the first 6 months, at least, that you're actually trying to get into the process, you try to develop your relationship with Srila Prabhupada, who's our founder Acharya. Srila Prabhupada is there on the sitting on the Vyasasana, it's Murti form. So you have to. So you would chant his pranam mantra. There's a prayer that we offer to the spiritual master, Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prasaya, and so on. You do that. You don't immediately start developing a relationship with someone who would ultimately become your guru. You cannot become initiated directly by Srila Prabhupada now because the guru has to be physically present. You're accepting guru. The guru has to be able to say, I'm also accepting you. So you cannot be initiated by someone who's not here now, even though the philosophy is out there, I know. But you cannot. So your first 6 months or so, you're developing a relationship with Srila Prabhupada, and then after that, you can start developing your relationship. If you know someone that you would like to be initiated by, who's actually giving initiation, then that guru also would have his pranam mantra, something similar to Srila Prabhupada, but a little different. And you start developing more of a relationship with him. And it's important that we develop that relationship with Srila Prabhupada first, because he is our founder Acharya. And it does happen, it has happened, that sometimes, even those who have become initiating gurus, sometimes they have problems, sometimes. Not usually, but sometimes. So if that happens, or there are some other difficulties come up in the course of our spiritual life, we always have Srila Prabhupada. We always go back to him, because our relationship with Srila Prabhupada, even if he's not our initiating guru, we still can go back and we have his shelter through reading his books, following his instructions, just praying to Srila Prabhupada, like that. So that relationship with Srila Prabhupada, that's why we try to develop that at least in the beginning, and continue. Every day we have Guru Puja for Srila Prabhupada, like we had tonight, every night. Or Sunday nights, but every morning we do this. It helps us to develop that relationship with Srila Prabhupada. And so, I mean...
And when you are deciding, for you, if looking back now, if you have to decide on your guru, what qualities will you look for in a person from whom you want to be initiated?
Main thing is, guru means he's Acharya. Acharya has three say qualifications of Acharya. One qualification of the Acharya is that he has received this perfect knowledge from the previous acharyas. It's not that the guru just comes up and makes up some philosophy. No, he's received it from his spiritual master, who received from his spiritual master, who received from his spiritual master, all the way back to Krishna. So that's the first qualification. Second qualification of acharya is that he is speaking teaching the same philosophy. He's not hearing one thing and okay, well that was nice, but I got my own ideas. No, and he has to repeat the same thing. And then the third one is not only that the guru speaks good philosophy, but he's also living it. Because if you're speaking it and you don't actually believe it, you're speaking good, but you don't actually believe it, and you're therefore not living it, then your preaching will have no effect. Like trying to convince somebody to give up smoking cigarettes, and when you're doing it yourself, you can't do it. You gotta teach what you have practiced, what you're practicing. Practice what you preach, they say. So
You were talking about the three things you.
Yeah. So we're following. So we want to. What was it? What was the subject we were?
The third qualification.
Third qualification is that you live according to the previous teachings of the previous acharyas.
Give an example.
Yeah, showing by example, practicing what you preach, as they say. So you're hearing it from perfect source. You're preaching that you've heard from the perfect source, and you are living what you have been taught, and you've applied it to your life. So this is the what you're looking for in a guru. That was your question, actually. What are you looking for in guru? So this is the main thing. You don't accept someone's guru because maybe they tell nice stories, or they sing well, and these are not disqualifications, but these are not the qualifications for being guru, like that. Okay. So there are many things that we like or don't like about someone, but as far as accepting someone as guru, they have to those three qualifications. They hear from the right source, they speak from what they heard from the right as it is, and they are practicing it. That's what you're looking for, and that's why when you're thinking of initiation, you're observing guru, who you want to be initiated by, and guru is also either directly or through local management, because gurus sometimes is all traveling around the world or whatever. So either guru is observing you, and you are observing and watching and listening to guru, like that. And in that way, it's a testing period. You testing guru, and and guru is testing you. So it's actually a nice process.
Dhanyavad.
Okay, sorry, I think we have to end here for now. Anyone has a chance to come in the morning classes? We have every morning we're having class at 7:45. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. God.